entourage is our first visit to Brands Hatch. And conditions are good.
Right then, hello and welcome back to ToCA 2 Touring Cars. Round 7 and 8 comes from the good old Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Tiff Needell was a man of few words in that little intro there. But yeah, the conditions should be okay for the sprint race anyway. We've got 25 laps in the sprint race. So yeah, we're just going to get on with the one lap shootout qualifying and see how well we get on.
The one-shot showdown qualifying session for the sprint race is about to start. So let's see who comes out on top.
Indeed. So it's been a little while since I've finished the previous round, so it's going to take me a little while to get used to the controls again. I will add as well that I've gone back and I won the Lister Storm Support Car Championship. I got all the max points on that, so I did unlock the next support car as well. Nothing else was unlocked anyway, so you didn't miss anything. It did take a little while to keep going through the championship though and winning that race at Donington, because that was a pain in the backside. Go through clearways. Pretty low on time, I think. I don't think there's going to be a very good lap time, but we'll see once the results come in. And there we go, that is a lap of Brands Hatch.
With all the drivers' laps completed, let's take a look at the final grid positions for the race. And with all the qualifying laps complete, it's the first pole of the season to Jason Plato. Well, the start will be crucial for the newcomer, starting as he does from the middle of the grid.
Yeah, so 6th place, that isn't too bad though. We were, well, over a second and a half away from Plato's time. So he gets the bonus point for pole position. Rydell, Reed, Cleland, Muller, myself, Thompson and Leslie the top 8. Let's have a look at page number 2. Oh, my teammate is in 9th, so that's not too bad. Alan Menu starting way back, though, in the top 10. Quite a few seconds off the pace. Radicic, Cox, Warwicks, Bincliffe, Morbidelli, and Tim Harvey in the Peugeot starting in 16th. Not a good starting position for him. His teammate, though, Paul Radicic, done quite well for himself, though, starting in 11th. So there we go. Right, 25 laps then. It shouldn't take too long.
The drivers are ready then for the start of the sprint race, so let's join them down on the grid.
Indeed, thank you, Mr. Tiffin Needell. So let's see how well we get on. Lights are on, revs rise, and off we go for round 7. Right, Paddock Hill Bend is the first obstacle. Let's all get through clean, shall we? Yeah, just a little nudge on the side of Cleland's car. Oops. Oh yeah, it's going to take... Oh, 2 cars are off. It's going to take a little while to get used to these controls again. So we're in 14th. It's not too bad, we can make that up. I said it's a very short track anyway, getting 40 odd second lap times. As long as that doesn't keep happening. Through clearways, we're getting a little nudge from behind as well from Morbidelli. So there's lap 1 complete. I'm using the same setup as before on all of the races, so I've got a long 6th gear. Oh, no, there goes Morbidelli. I'm just being a little conservative at the start, a little cautious. So my mind keeps going back to the first ToCA game where the handling was very sensitive and the car would just spin out willy-nilly, but I've got to remember that this doesn't really happen on the second game. You have a lot more grip. Oh, just clipping the wall. Radicic doing well for himself. He's in the top 10. Oh, and... Oh, no, keep it together. I just straighten him up. That's fine. Oh, and the Vauxhall and the Renault have gone off, so that's another 2 spots gained. So that's up to 7th. Once again, our windscreen is already cracked, which has become a common occurrence for us. Let's get on the inside of the Nissan and the Audi. Van Muller is next. Right, back up to where we started then in 6th place. Leaders haven't pulled away that much. We've got a fastest lap as well, 43.8. Oh, and okay, so ignore what I said about the spinning. Yeah, you do still get the spinning in Paddock Hill Bend. That's alright, we only lost 3 positions, so we can gain that back up. Plenty of time. I mean, we are doing fairly decently in the points anyway, so I'm not overly concerned by our finishing positions just yet. I mean, it's still very early in the season. So as long as we get some consistent finishes, like in the top 5, top 3, that's really all that matters as well, so. Right, just make sure not to mess up the corner this time. Oh, and instead I mess up Druids. That wasn't nasty. I just had a little spin. Stop being so overdramatic. It didn't harm my car at all. I just whacked my hands on the steering wheel, so I probably got bruised hands now, but that's about it. Maybe that's what he was meaning. That looked nasty. He did see me whack the steering wheel. Right. The Renault's not performing well this season. Alain Menu in 10th. I'm just going to try and draft him and take the position going into paddock. Starting at lap 6. So we've got 20 laps to go. That's better. I'm just... Ooh. See, it's where the track dips at its lowest point. There's a little ridge there which gets the car unstable. Because of the way the tracks are built and the polygons, I guess. So, you know, you get a little dip. It's like the wheels come off the ground a little bit and it just... It's capable of spinning a car out. So I'm just going to try to avoid that. Trying to take a wider line going through paddock. And we get another fastest lap time, 42.3. Like so, there we go. Yeah, you got to take into effect that the turning circle of the Super Touring cars isn't really that great because of the low suspension and the low wheel arches as well. The turning circle is pretty non-existent. So you got to really put in, you know, a more of a conservative corner than you would usually do in a normal race car sort of thing, where the turning circle or the steering lock is a lot higher. Because you see it if they're like, if you look at some old videos of the Super Touring car, especially in like tight pit lanes like Thruxton, back in the day they had to do a 3-point turn or a J-turn just to get out of their pit stall because of the small steering lock that they do have. Right, there we go. Back up into the top 10 or top 9.
Okay, tail end are ahead. Just pull up behind and they should let you pass.
Okay, so we're coming up to lap traffic already. No, don't put a wheel on the grass, you fool. So yeah, that's the thing you got to know about Brands Hatch as well, is that you do get a lot of lap traffic, which is good in a way because it will slow down the front end. So our chances of catching up are a lot more likely as the Audi almost spins in front. And I messed up bloody paddock again. Or sorry, not paddock, Druids. So that was a lapped car anyway, so we didn't make up any spots on the Audi. Right, next up is Peter Cox just ahead in the Honda. I've got to give a special thanks as well. You've probably seen his name many times during my custom championships on a plethora of games like GT Legends and R Factor. But a good friend, Templar Not 4, he got me a little gift recently on Steam. He got me the first, well, you know, you got Race 07, a game that came out before it was just called a Race, the official WTCC game. And I didn't have it. So he got me a little gift. He got it for me on Humble Bundle. And yeah, I've already tested it out on max graphics and everything, you know, because it is an old game, came out in 2006. And it runs absolutely beautifully. So, you know me, I do like to do things in chronological order. So before I do any series on Race 07, I will go through the first race game prior. The only problem is I've had a look at the core files, and what I usually like to do is change maybe the driver names and turn it into a custom championship, so it'd be like viewers being the driver names, or changing the cars themselves, like adding different names on the windscreens and stuff like that, just to add my own liveries. Unfortunately, the first race game is impossible to do that because the DDS files that you need to make skins are encrypted, and so are the text files for like the car stats and the driver names. So unfortunately, I'm unable to actually edit any of the driver names or anything like that, or even the length of the races and stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain, unfortunately, but oh well, at least some point in the near future I'll be able to do a full championship season for the 2006 World Touring Car Championship. Once I get through, obviously, the Swedish Touring Car Championship, the ToCA series, and so on. But it is more racing games to add to the collection, and I do plan on doing a lot more proper full-on championships in the near future as well. Because, you know, while the British Touring Car Championship for GTR2 is absent again this year, I would like to fill up that void with something else, but something similar as well. So watch this space, a lot more racing shenanigans to come. So we are gaining ever so slightly. While I'm waffling on now, I do talk a lot and forget to change gear, so I'm probably bouncing off the rev limiter. If I do, I do apologise. Look at that, we were bang on identical split time as well, coming out of clearways. Another lap, do we get another fastest lap time? Yeah, by 1/10 of a second. Or 100th of a second, whichever. Oh, and a Honda and the Nissan getting a little bit elbows out, argy-bargy. Next is the late great David Leslie in the Nissan. The Audi just getting in the way, but that's alright. Make up the position. He's a lapped car anyway, so we made it up to 5th. So we've made one position on the start. And we are gaining. We're only 3 seconds behind Anthony Reid. I have actually been speaking to the Anthony Reid recently over Twitter. And lovely chap to speak to. So he's actually offered to do some of the voiceover work for the 1994 British Touring Cars once that series does eventually officially start. So I've asked him, and he's more than happy. So yeah, that's all well and good. I was hoping to.
Coming up to your teammate, he's going to let you pass.
Yep, thank you. No, that's no worries at all. Yeah, I was hoping actually to make it to Thruxton for the next couple of rounds of the British Touring Car Championship coming up in August. And I did ask him actually if he was going to be there, so I could have a just a little chin wag with him and have a little chat. But unfortunately, he's not going to be there. He's going to be at Silverstone instead. Not only that, though, I won't be able to make it this year anyway, because I didn't realise at the time is that my second COVID jab is actually going to be on August the 29th, which is the day of the British Touring Cars at Thruxton. So, yeah, it's going to be a pain in the arse, but thank you, Mr. Will Hoy, another late great driver, Will Hoy. It is sad when you play these old games and you see names like David Leslie, Will Hoy, and you think, oh my word, they've long since passed away. They're not around anymore. But the best thing about these games is that their names continue on and their memory lives on and stuff like that. So really, they're never gone because they're immortalized in these games anyway. It's sort of like these crappy videos, you know, in the next however many years I've got left. My videos will continue on after I'm long gone and pushing up daisies. So yeah, there you go. That's a bit of a morbid, macabre way of looking at things, but we all got to go sometimes, as they say, sad but true. And unfortunately, some sooner than others. Right, so Rickard Rydell is next in the Volvo. He's the second car in line there. So we're up into 4th, so almost got a podium. Coming up to lap 19, the Audi kindly gets out of the way. Rickard Rydell, the Swede. I was watching the I think it was the season review of the 1999 British Touring Car Championship, or it wasn't a review. It was the rounds that they had at Snetterton. They had night races in 1999, and the presenter was having a chat with Jason Plato and his dad, and his dad back in 1999 looks like how Jason Plato looks now. It was so surreal. It's so weird. If you do a comparison, it's like, bloody hell, he looks identical to his old man.
Doing great, keep it up.
Oh, and saying that, I didn't even realise that we have just taken the lead. Fan-bloody-tastic. And with 6 laps to go as well, hopefully we can keep the lead. And gain another victory at Brands Indy. So we're just 0.4 of a second ahead of Anthony Reid. That's plenty. We take these corners faster than the AI anyway, so we'll be able to pull out a little bit of a lead. We're coming up to lap traffic again soon, I believe. Yeah, already pulled out a 1.6 second lead. And you can hear the other cars on the other part of the circuit as well as you go past the start-finish straight, which is awesome. Oh, and... oh, come on. It's alright, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. We'll be able to catch back up. It's fine. There comes my teammate, but it's alright. It's alright, we've got plenty of time, we can catch up. Look, they're just ahead. Don't panic. Yeah, Paddock Hill Bend has always been... I don't know, it's not more of an Achilles heel, it's a luck of the draw whether you can actually take that corner at a relatively high speed without spinning. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can. It's more generous on this game than it was on the first, I apologise. Because that game, you can't take any bloody corner flat out without the risk of spinning. Just locking up the front end a little bit. Right, there's Anthony Reid. He's just going through the complex heading up to Clearways now. I can get past these two quite easily before Clearways. Or at least going through Clearways. There we go. We're just going to take the inside line, duck in. How far behind are we from Anthony Reid? We're 3.3 seconds. That is not bad. We can make that up swiftly. Still got 3 laps to go. We're getting pushed behind by the Volvo. There we go, 3.6 seconds still. It's alright. again through clearaways. 2.6 seconds, yeah, made up 1 second just in that sector time alone. Got 2 laps to go, starting lap 24 of 25. I don't know, actually. We might not be able to catch him up before the end of the race. He seems to be on equal measure. Yeah, I do make up a lot of time going through here, though. Oh, this could be it then. The last lap could be the decider. Final lap. No, oh, son of a bitch. Oh, that's alright. Oh. No, so second place then, it is for race number 1. If we hadn't had that little mistake, we probably would have been able to catch him. Yeah, Paddock Hill Bend then, our nemesis for this race. Hopefully the feature race should be a little bit kinder. We got a longer race anyway. So... yeah, just not enough, sadly. Oh, and I've gone off again. Oh, we might actually lose second place now as well. God damn it. Yeah, we've lost second place. Come on, get it going. Here comes the 80. Oh. Third. Okay, I will take a third place. Oh.
Here's how the race finished. So, a good points finish from the newcomer there after a great race.
Yeah, so that's not too bad then. The third place finish, 10 points in the bank. So I'm fairly happy with that. It could have been the lead, but I did mess up in the last couple of corners and of course the last lap as well. Could have got second place, 12 points, but yeah, again, I think I was just trying to push too hard. Went a little bit wide going through clearaways and just ruined my race. But it could have been a lot worse. I could have lost, third place. So at least I did get a podium. Where did my teammate finish? Good old Will Hoy. He didn't have a good race either. He was one of the cars that went off at Druids on lap number 1. So his, good start or good qualifying performance in 10th was for naught, sadly. So he finishes a lap down in 15th place. And there we go. So third place, we get a bronze egg cup as the crowd cheer or jeer, whichever you decide. Yeah, that cup looks a little bit like I don't know, like plastic. It looks like from a Playmobil set. But there we go. So that was a sprint race then. Next time is the colossal 50-lap feature race, which again, it shouldn't actually take that long because this track is very short and, well, you've seen the lap times. We were in like the 43-second lap time, so it shouldn't take long at all. But that is for tomorrow, so I will leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always. And I will see you tomorrow then for the 50-lap feature and round 8 of the 1998 British Touring Car Championship from Brands Hatch Indy. Thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and I will see you all then.